How do you measure success? When I was growing up, there was this book that was pretty popular called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In it, the second habit of highly effective people, according to the author, Stephen Covey, is begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. And to get his point across, he has us imagine being at our own funeral. And he asks, how would you want to be remembered? What would you like people, your family, your friends to say about you at your funeral? For Stephen Covey, this is the ultimate example of begin with the end in mind. But as Christians, we know that's not actually the end, because death is not the end. We will all rise again. In fact, at every Sunday Mass, when we pray the Apostles' Creed, every time you pray the Rosary or the Divine Mercy Chaplet, whenever you say the Creed, we say that we believe in the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. We will all rise again. And then Jesus will be our judge. I know the word judge and judgment can stir up a lot of things for a lot of people. But we got to remember that not all judgments are negative, actually. Bishop Barron once observed that our culture is at the same time horrified and mesmerized by judgment. I mean, think of people like Simon Cowell or any celebrity judge. They're so blunt sometimes that it makes us cringe. But sometimes they're telling the truth and we know it. And there's a part of us deep down that really hungers for the truth. And that's all judgment is. That's all the last judgment will be. On that day, all of our pretenses, our falsehood, our masks, all those things that we've chased after in vain will melt away. In the evening of our life, as the Catechism says, according to St. John of the Cross, we will be judged on our love. There's something very freeing about that, actually. I don't know about you, but there are all kinds of things that I'm chasing after, things that I'm trying to accomplish. And they may or may not pan out. And I'm going to have to say goodbye to basically all of them. But there is one thing that will remain, whether along the way I had loved or not. And that love that I gave, that sharing of myself, no one and nothing can take that away from us, not even death. And on that day, when death is no more, and we have been raised from the dead, let us be among those to whom Jesus says, "Come, you that are blessed by my Father, and inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick and in prison, and you visited me." In other words, you will say to us that you loved me.